Hey YouTube, what's going on? Thank you if you're joining the channel for the first time. This channel is There Has to Be Something More, and I am your humble host, Scott Moore. This channel is about, I don't know, I guess it's about retiring early, trying to get out of the rat race, get off the hamster wheel, and go have some fun. I turned 60 last summer, so I always think of it as being in my last quarter of life and wanting to go have some adventures before I get to the age where I can't go have those adventures anymore. So that's what this channel is all about. We're going to travel, or at least the plan is, travel all the way between Mexico and Argentina for maybe 4 or 5 years. We plan on eventually getting over to Southeast Asia and kind of bouncing around a lot of those countries for several years. So if you're interested, we're going to talk about, when we go to a place, we're going to give you all the details of smart things that we did, not so smart things that we've done, what it's like to live there, cost of living, housing, how friendly are the people, all those kind of things. So I've had a couple of questions recently, and we just moved into a house. We are currently in Matagalpa, Nicaragua. And we just moved into a house here, and you can see we're still kind of moving in, but beautiful, beautiful view. Hopefully you can see that of the mountains. We've gotten a lot of questions recently about dogs because the reason we're here first is because this is my wife's home country, and she wanted to come spend some time. Her mom turns 90 this year in November, so we'll be here for a little over a year in total. We're gonna probably leave the end of February. At least that's kind of the plan. And excuse me, the house is a little messy because we've mostly moved in, but we're still kind of trying to figure out where furniture goes and that sort of thing. This is the little living room area. And you can see by far the best part of this house is the view of the mountains. Really, really nice. Oh, the ding, ding, ding you can hear in the background, that is the garbage truck coming. It's garbage day today. We've already got our garbage out, so that's good. But I had some questions recently from viewers about dogs, because one of the reasons that we are here is our 3 senior dogs. And so we had questions about them, about getting them here. So I thought I'd cover that a little bit today. First of all, I would say the vet care here is fantastic. In the house that we just moved out of, we were over there for 3 months, and right next door was our vet. So, and I'm not exaggerating, he literally comes over every night. We moved about 5 minutes away from the old house, about a 5-minute walk. He still comes over every night to check on our dogs. They got sick when they got here. Something called Ehrlichia, which is caused by a tick bite. So they've been taking tons of medicine, and we've dropped a couple $1,000s on vet bills since we've been here, which is bad. I mean, just to think that we've dropped a couple $1,000, but I gotta think it'd be $7,000, $8,000, maybe more in the States. I mean, we would have dropped a bunch of money. Ultrasounds, medication, all kinds of stuff to see how this Ehrlichia, which can be fatal, was hitting them. But anyway, they're all fine now. They're doing great. This is our dog, Abigail. Abby is a 12-year-old pit mix and the sweetest thing on the planet. And one back behind me here, if I can get him in the picture, that is Sam. Sam is our 15-year-old Jack Russell mix. He's kind of a tan Jack Russell, barking right on cue. And then coming back in behind me, that is Roscoe. Roscoe is our 3-legged 15-year-old Doberman mix. And he's heading into the back patio. Roscoe lost a leg to cancer. He's had cancer twice and survived it. When we got him, he was heartworm positive, so he has been through a ton. But yeah, lost a leg to cancer a few years back. But he's a happy guy. He spends time chewing on bones these days instead of chasing squirrels, but besides that, he's a happy guy. So that's the crew. We actually had 6 dogs at one point. We've lost 3, and so I thought we would tell you a little bit about getting dogs here. So the first thing is, you know, are you coming here in your car, or are you bringing them on an airplane? So the first thing that we ran into, I'm just gonna have a seat here because Lydia's angry with Roscoe. Roscoe's been in a pit back there. If you're coming by car, there's gonna be some challenges, and the challenges are when you get to the borders. Now, you absolutely must be able to show that the dogs have had their rabies shots. And that's on every border. You're gonna need something that shows they've had their rabies shot. On 2 of the borders, coming through the Honduran border and the Nicaraguan border, they wanna see all the shots. And there are different time limits. Like you have to have them, you know, they have to be current, they can't be too old. But the last 2, not only all the shots, but they want something that's, I don't know what the official word is, but you know, signed or stamped by the USDA. So your vet will know how to do this. Our vet in North Carolina knew all about all the different rules and regulations. I don't know if they were looking them up or just knew them, but they knew everything about that. So that's the main thing. If you're coming through the borders, and we've heard horror stories about gringos coming through the border and getting detained for, one guy told me that on one of the borders they held him for 23 hours just going through all of his stuff. Lydia, when we came here, I flew, and Lydia, I actually bought a Honda van to get Roscoe here. Roscoe was too big. Like when you look on American Air on their website, it says that a 40-inch crate is the biggest crate that you can have. Well, that's not exactly correct. The 40-inch crate is for long flights in big planes. So like if we were going to Europe, that would have been perfect. A 40-inch crate would have worked fine. But coming here, the planes are a little smaller, and it didn't matter. We checked, what if we fly from Miami to Costa Rica? What if we fly from Miami to Mexico City? I mean, we tried everything, but you know, what if we, you know, but all the flights, you know, into Managua, any of these countries near here, 36-inch crate was the biggest they would let us use, and Roscoe needed every inch of that 40-inch crate. So, you know, that was an issue. We just couldn't fly him, so I had to buy a van. Lydia drove him, and she had some company on the way down, and she had to drive the van back because we didn't want a car here. We wanted to get it back, sell it. We're in a walkable city, and we plan on always being in walkable cities. So some challenges there, but the van is back. The reason I flew was because Lydia absolutely did not want a blue-eyed gringo in the car. And after speaking with several expats here with horror stories, that was the smart decision. Can be a little dangerous, can be way more expensive because they're going to see me and charge more. So for all those reasons, Lydia came here and left here with other people. Now, if you're going to fly, I was told by one of my buddies here, another expat from the States, that he flew a large dog. He has a big Rottweiler, and he flew the Rottweiler on Avianca and was very, very pleased. We called everybody, and they told us that we had to have a 36-inch crate was the biggest that they would do. But he was very happy with Avianca. So I would try that. If you're gonna fly, definitely check on Avianca. If you're gonna drive, make sure your vet knows that you want health certificates and you want them stamped or certified, whatever that term is, by the USDA. Because Lydia The other borders were fine, but Honduras and Nicaragua, they were not fine. I mean, they wanted everything, and they wanted those time limits, you know, to make sure you got it soon enough, you didn't get it too late, all that. So that's kind of how it works for dogs. But once you get here, vets are great. Vets are, I'm going to guess, about 25% of the cost that they would be in the States. So we've had great success with the vets here. But I think that's about it with the dogs. If you have dogs, I hope that I answered your question. If you were one of the viewers that were asking about how to get dogs here, definitely check on Avianca if you're flying. If they're small, you really shouldn't have a hard time with that. If you've got a big dog and they need a big crate, check out Avianca. But if you have any questions, we are big time dog lovers, and I would always be happy to answer any questions that you have. I'll do whatever I can do to help you get your doggy into Nicaragua if that's what you're trying to do. If you are looking for adventure, if you're bored at work, you're trying to escape the rat race a little early, sorry, Roscoe's getting a bath, I think. You might be on the right channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please take a minute to like and subscribe. It really does help us with the channel. And thank you so much for watching, and hope you're having a wonderful day. But if you're looking for adventure, remember, there has to be something more.